Well, hello, welcome to Create Talks. 4th of July is just around the corner. Woo! It's so amazing. I have one of my dear friends, Rowena Ednilao, and Rowena is such an incredible revivalist. I just sing her praises all the time because she brings creativity in and brings strategies into that as well. So if you want to learn today about how do you create and how do you become a strategist, let me tell you, you need creativity to strategize. So she helps out with all of our art that you see on stage at Bethel. She's the one who does all the scheduling, works with just my liaison. I couldn't do it without her, and I'm just so appreciative of her. But she's an artist, as you can tell. And now you faithfully paint at the Gaia Hotel, which is in Anderson. It's about 10 minutes away from Reading proper, down south. And we've been doing this for the last, I think, around 7 years, and working with a girl named Debbie. So we paint live at a restaurant, at a hotel here. And you've been involved in doing this for a while and just heading this up. So share some testimonies and share about what's happened.
Well, we paint every Wednesday night. And when it's my turn, I choose to go in with an attitude of peace and encouragement because it's my opportunity to get in the community.
Exactly.
Most recently, I've been doing what I call interactive art. And so I'll get the staff involved, the guests that come in and are waiting for a table, sometimes the children, and I'll ask them, hey, what's your favorite color? Name me something red. Or with the kids, I'm like, can you paint for me for a little bit just to get them started? And I try to paint something joyful. Because what I carry is God's presence, so why not release it? When it's interactive, the audience, the guests actually pay attention and they start talking.
Wow.
And I get more people coming up to talk. And I feel like it's just an opportunity to bring Christ into their life without saying anything.
Isn't it crazy? It's like, if you do live in Reading, I want to encourage you, go Wednesday night to the Gaia Hotel. You guys are there from, 6
to
until
8:30.
8:30. And just hang out and see how you can bring creativity into any environment. And now other places have opened up. So share about that too.
I've been invited to hang my art at Fresh Fire Grill out on
Ooh.
Lake. I've been invited to speak at your conference recently. I did a workshop with Gary.
She did so good.
I've been a prophetic artist at other churches here locally, down in the Bay Area. Invited to a women's spa day. That was fun.
Yeah.
And I have some things coming up. I might be doing a collaboration for a children's book. I've been invited to speak, do a workshop at a couple of churches.
Wow.
I'm hoping to get to Hawaii soon.
Yes, we just were talking about that. Hawaii is where you're from Hawaii.
I'm from Hawaii. I'm
So-
actually part Hawaiian.
So I just hang out with her because I'm part Hawaiian. I don't look part Hawaiian, but really I am.
Yes, you're adopted.
That's right. It's my favorite playground. Believe me, I love it. But that's great because we get to create in places that we love. That's part of what God talks about, where we need to enjoy the process and the pleasure of what we love, and He loves that about what we do. So where do you like to create? We want to know. That's important. But not only do you help out in the marketplace and teach, but you also help out, like we talked about, with different conferences like Bethel with the arts. And why is it so important for artists, you and I, creatives of any kind of genre, to strategize in churches to help coordinate events? Why is that so important?
I'm very administrative, but I'm also very creative. And it sounds so incongruent.
Yeah.
But what I found is we really need each other.
Yeah.
Because creativity helps you think outside of the box. And then the administrative order helps you to organize it so that more creativity can happen.
Exactly.
And a lot of times, like-minded people love getting together.
Right.
But then we get stuck because nobody's thinking about the things we're missing. You need somebody with a different perspective.
Yeah.
And what that does, we all know this. When
Yeah.
you get a group of people together, you get our gifts together, we go so much further
Oh
than
my
we could
gosh.
alone. And really, my bottom line is, with administration, with order, it leaves so much more room for creativity. Like, we get to have more fun. And then the
Exactly.
administrators get to have fun creating as well. Like, one of the creative things I love about this is I get to create systems that makes everybody's lives easier and more peaceful.
And it makes me so happy too. It's amazing.
And then it gets,
Wow.
it gives everyone a piece of the pie to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It just brings peace and order. You know, when you have, when you know what's expected and what's happening, it just makes you feel peace to create your best. And that's what you do. The question, and I'm sure a lot of you understand the question of how can I do that? Rowena is going to do an impartation in just a second, because a lot of us are going, I want to have both. And you can, because Jesus operated in both. We can too. But we just had the School of Creativity May 14th through 17th, and you can look at it online if you have not seen it. I highly recommend it. But on Friday night, we had an incredible time where we were on stage, and Rowena helped to orchestrate different families that came up and created on one canvas. And share about that experience and what you feel happened in the room. What was God doing through that?
What she's talking about is we did a collaborative piece where we had 5 families come up and paint different colors on a canvas. And then Theresa and world-renowned artist Simon Bull finished it off as a family tree. But what happened along the way is we all got to use our gifts. So I coordinated the schedule. Lynn came in with the paints. Jessica, who's a teacher, organized the plates. We had one of our other volunteers doing the timing. What was happening backstage was mimicking what was happening on stage. And again, it's the picture, a family of one.
Yeah.
It takes community. It takes a group. It takes every part of the body to successfully move forward and accomplish something. So really, that is my life theme. That's what we do here, community.
Yeah, and if there's something that happens, because creativity in art can give us a picture of what God's doing in this global call. It's just huge, and it's hanging in my house. I'm so excited. Thank you, Simon Bull. Thank you, families, just to remember and to commemorate that. So we'll post that for you too as well on my Facebook, so that you get to see that. But Rowena, can you give us 3 tips on how to be strategic in our creativity? Come on, write this down. Come on, get ready.
3. The first one is pay attention. What is God saying to you? What are you hearing in the marketplace, in your quiet times, in your sermons? And it might be something for people other than you. The other one is prepare it, do it, paint it. That's number 2. Like, go and do something.
So don't just keep it here, but go and do it.
What's the worst that could happen? You write a poem, you create a dance, and then finally is take pleasure in it. Like, have fun. Good. If you're stressing out trying to create something, it's not fun. But you know, God wants us to have a good time with the gifts He gives us. He wants us to have a good time trying new things and experimenting.
Yeah, that's right. So cool. I wanted to share with you the power of what can happen, just because Rowena has been praying for you and really wants to impart to you through one of her art pieces. And so I just really want you to begin to, like, let's look at this painting here. And if you want to grow in becoming more strategic, if you want to grow in becoming more creative and becoming free and finding pleasure, I'm just going to have her share about this piece, and she's going to impart.
Okay, so this is a fun one because you can see a river of life, but if you turn it this way, it mimics my business card, one of my favorite pieces. And I do mountains, and I'm
this
inspired
is one of
by
her
Hawaii.
Pieces right here, yeah.
This is Makua Valley on the island of Oahu. This one is the Ko'olau mountain range, and I use it for my business card.
Wow.
And it's one of the first I did. And so what I want to impart to you, this one is about taking something you're familiar with, you're comfortable with, and asking God to show you a new way.
Come on.
Like, why not just play with it? So I got
wow, it's beautiful.
Those drop paints. What do you call them? The cell paints. And I just put dots on her and played with it to recreate something I had done before. And that's what I want to impart on you. That God would use you to see things in a different way. As you recreate, you would touch a bit of heaven, because He's a creative God. He wants you to do new things that you wouldn't have fear to step out and try something new and different. What's the worst could happen? God might show up.
So put out your hands and just receive. Like, this is part of, there's something new that God wants to give you. Not to be afraid of something that might seem foreign, but play, have fun. try a new technique, whether it's with music or art or dance or writing, whatever it is, and see what God can do. It's crazy good. Wow. I feel inspired. Let's go out and create. In fact, I'm creating tonight. But anyway, it's just been amazing. And by the way, we just want to say, let's celebrate the people around us.
Yes.
Like, Rowena makes my life better just because of who she is. But who can you celebrate today that makes your life better, who makes you a better creative, a better person? So do that and have an incredible 4th of July as well. And we bless you, and thanks again for joining, Rowena. We love you.
Thank you. Happy Independence Day.
Yeah, mahalo. Ha! I had to sneak that in.
Thanks, Theresa.